Hello and welcome to my review of The Crow, starring the late Brandon Lee and Ernie Hudson. The Crow centers on a young guitarist named Eric Draven, played by Brandon Lee, whose fiancée and himself are savagely beaten and murdered by a group of thugs. A year later, a crow brings Draven back as kind of an angel to take savage revenge on the people who did him wrong. And that's pretty much all there is to it. What we've got here is a very simple and stylish gothic revenge thriller. This is a very enjoyable, if simplistic, film. I really like how the comic book sensibilities of it mesh really well with kind of the gothic mythology of everything, especially in the visual style. This movie is directed by Alex Proyas, who has done I, Robot, Dark City, and Knowing, and he does an excellent job with the visuals here. Most of the movie takes place at night, and this gritty city that the movie is set in really reminded me of a less flamboyant version of Tim Burton's Gotham City. It had that very early 90s style of kind of a dark, gritty city while still making the city a big character in the film. From the people walking around in the background to the thugs that the Crow fights, you get a very palpable sense of hostility. But what really makes this movie a fun ride is the performance of Brandon Lee as the Crow. This guy is a force of nature, and it's absolutely tragic that he was killed on the set of this movie because he could have gone on to give some great performances based on this. There's a great balance in this character between a scheming force of destruction who toys with his enemies as he takes them down, and someone who's just very sad and torn apart by the horrible events that befell him. Lee portrays both of these wonderfully, and you really grow to love this character as the movie goes on. This movie also just has some really great action of every sort of variety. We have a great shootout, we have an awesome car chase, we have a sword fight. There's everything an action fan could want in this movie, filmed beautifully and brought to you in the beautiful, bloody, hard R fashion. Like I said before, it's just great to see the Crow toy with his enemies before he kills them. I do have a couple of complaints though. First off, I found the flashbacks to be a little annoying because we never actually see a scene of Eric as the normal person, which works well, but at the same time, I would have liked to see a little more development of what he was like before he became the Crow, because I kind of think that would have made it more powerful. And the way these flashbacks are filmed, they're very flashy and quick cut, and that kind of gets annoying on the eyes too after a while. And while some characters felt very grounded in reality, like the Ernie Hudson cop character, the villains in this film were just a little over the top for me. They seem to be straight ripped out of the Warriors. They're just very flamboyant and kind of, like I said, just over the top, and they never seem very threatening. In the remake that they're about to do, I'd love to see the Crow go up against some truly realistic and despicable people. But overall, The Crow is a fun revenge flick that I highly recommend you see. It has great style in both its visuals and its story, and if nothing else, see it for the performance of the late Brandon Lee, who's really, really excellent. I give this movie 3 stars out of 4. That's all for now, and if you like this review, subscribe to my channel, because there'll be plenty more reviews and videos coming up.